Greetings everyone, my name is François Simon and I'm joined by Tero Salonen. Today we will be discussing how to utilize powerful filters in SOLIDWORKS PDM to generate Excel reports and convert SOLIDWORKS documents. For today's presentation we have selected AG Dynamics, a French company specializing in manufacturing shop fitting equipment. They are responsible for the design, production and assembly of their solutions. When AG Dynamics approached us, they had encountered three challenges related to transferring data and files from engineering to manufacturing. Here is an overview of some of the projects that AG Dynamics has successfully delivered. As you can see, their solutions are diverse and versatile. As their product can vary greatly from one another, it requires a high degree of agility and flexibility to send the design data from engineering to manufacturing. One of the challenges faced by AG Dynamics was how to efficiently transfer data from engineering to manufacturing. Specifically, they needed to convert parts and assemblies in SOLIDWORKS into item and BOM structure in the ERP system. To accomplish that, they required a customized Excel file to be generated from SOLIDWORKS PDM. The Excel file needed to follow a specific structure and specific SOLIDWORKS attribute needed to be transferred to Sage. Another challenge faced by AG Dynamics was producing file-neutral formats for their drawings and 3D models. The converted files were stored in both SOLIDWORKS PDM and the file server. However, the challenge was to convert specific files for specific purposes, requiring powerful filters to select the appropriate files based on attribute value and file location within the PDM vault. The third and final challenge was to improve accessibility to documents across different departments and business units. The current system of creating separate folders for each converted part or assembly on the file server led to delays and difficulties in finding relevant documents. AG Dynamics needed a solution that would allow different teams to easily search and access documents that were pertinent to their specific business unit. Without further delay, I will hand over the stage to Tero for a live demo.
So let's see how CustomTools actually works when exporting bill of material. In CustomTools, there is an export command that can be used to generate Excel reports or export BOM to ERP systems. There can be different kind of predefined profiles. In this case, we select Excel charts report to generate Excel that can be imported to such ERP system. We can see bill of material that is gotten from SOLIDWORKS Active Assembly. There are all the parts and cut list items with different color coding and icons. And cut list items includes, for instance, sheet metal parts, solid bodies, and weldments. There is detailed item numbering, quantities, charts item number, description, and some 3D parameters like length, material, or then the weight. There are also some additional properties that are needed to export to such ERP systems. So these are fully configurable based on your needs. If you select a row or 3D model in a list, you can see the preview image, and there are also various options, for instance, to exclude from BOM. When you click the export button, the Excel file is generated on the background. And after CustomTools finishes processing the file, the Excel is automatically opened and we can see the content of the file that is the same than we just saw in the export window. So there are all necessary information that can be used to export to charts, to create new items, update existing ones, and same applies for bill of material. In addition to export from or inside SOLIDWORKS, you can do the same operation in PDM. So you can either manually trigger the operation, or that can be bound to workflow state transitions to be run automatically. This time we do the manual operation, so we have available tasks here in the menu, and when we select the charts export, the same export window is opened, but this time the content is read without SOLIDWORKS API, so it can be run on computers without SOLIDWORKS installation by other than designers. Another tool that AG Dynamics is greatly using is ability to export 3D models to different and drawings to different file formats. For that purpose, we use print and convert command to open the batch operation dialog. We have files to process here, so the same bill of material that we just saw, with an exception that now also drawings and sheets are included in the view. There are a bunch of different batch conversion rules, so these are fully configurable by the customer. They can export files to different formats, either they are drawings, parts, or assemblies, and there are various settings and filters applied to the rules to select desired files to be exported. If you look at the advanced options for this particular rule, we can see that the target file name is defined inside PDM Vault, and custom properties are used to define part of the path as well the target file name. Depending on selected file type, there are different conversion options. For instance, in this case, show only silhouette edges, which means that unnecessary lines are automatically removed from the output DXF file. You can also select the default orientation for non-sheet metal parts, etc. For the drawings, you can select which sheets to convert, and for 3D models, you can select desired configurations. So there are really many options. We can see the filters there with that icon. When we select a rule, only the files that are defined based on the filter are selected. So now we can see the filter. In this case, there are two different conditions that needs to be true both at the same time. So file type needs to be a sheet metal part, and it needs to be located in given path. So only when those two conditions are valid at the same time, the file gets selected. And you can select and you can define filters based on the rule. You can also define templates to ease the job, so that you don't need to select each and every rule every time. So there are also many templates defined. So for the template, you can define which batch conversion rules, which print profiles, and other settings are applied when you select our template. So in this case, if we select a production, we can see that 3 different batch conversion rules are automatically selected, as well some other options. In print order menu, we can see or view the order and all the files that gets converted. We can also see the total quantity, meaning how many times each and every part or drawing is used per one main assembly. And certainly you can also adjust these numbers based on needs. So this is really handy tool to export the files, but let's cancel this time and let's go to PDM Vault view to see how this can be run in PDM. Once again, this can be bound to workflow state transitions, or you can trigger the operation manually by selecting the desired SOLIDWORKS file. Let's search that assembly and right click to have menu where we can select now the production task. CustomTools will automatically create a task in PDM, and based on your PDM settings, the task will be executed on desired computer or computers based on how you have defined. The algorithm to process all the files is really convenient, so it will open each and every file only once and convert it to all desired or selected file formats. And SOLIDWORKS will remain open on the background during the process. So the process itself is really fast, even for large assemblies. In this case, the task is executed on my local PC and files are converted to both network file share folders as well PDM vault view. So depending who is going to consume the files, they can always access them. For HC Dynamics, we created a separate tool for non-PDM users, mainly working, for instance, at shop floor, to search and access necessary files. Customer can define different kind of profiles or roles that can be used by different group of employees. For instance, in assembling, there is defined path where the files are located, and for demonstration purposes, if we browse to that path, we can see that it only contains folders, which on the other hand contains then the target files. So if we search by item number, we found one PDF file that is related to specific item, and we can just double click the row to open the PDF in associated viewer, in this case Acrobat. If we on the other hand select different role or profile, in this case production, and make exactly the same search, we find one file, in this case a step file that is used in the production, and once again double clicking the file will open it in associated program. As we are now working on my own PC, I have SOLIDWORKS associated with the step files, so the step file will automatically open in SOLIDWORKS. So this is really handy tool for the persons who doesn't have PDM viewer license and needs to access the files easily without any more specific search conditions than the item number and by selecting the role they are working on. So that was all that I have shown today.
We are in the life-saving business. We kill your routines before they kill you.